Hello, this is Beta Ray Ben for Pixel Spank, and today we're playing the absolute classic Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. We'll start a new one. Immediately, title screen into the game. You didn't realise you were looking at the prince all along. Now, this game is the one that was based on the old Prince of Persia game, which was like side-scrolling and crap. I'm in control here, just let you know that. Somewhat in control. This is like a sequel to the side-scrolling one. They made, I want to say, 3 of those, then a film, and then a cel-shaded one. They weren't. This was probably the better one of all of them.
Most people think time is like a river that flows swift and sure in one direction. But I have seen the face of time, and I can tell you, they are wrong. Time is an ocean in a storm. You may wonder who I am and why I say this. Sit down.
It's vital you pay attention to this story, because this is basically the only story of the game.
I am the son of Sharam, a mighty king of Persia. On our way to Azad,
You know, Persia. It's next to Thrace.
Glory tempted my father into a grievous error.
No, my son.
So I think the story is that for some reason you assault this city to conquer it, presumably. For wealth or power, who knows. And then this guy, I want to say he was like an advisor in the city. He betrays them for our side. He's Jafar. He's just Jafar, if you're wondering. Like, through all character revelation. No, we get thrown off the horse there. That's very important, because horse animations were expensive as shit.
Do you think I felt regret as I gazed upon the destruction that it wrought?
It's actually quite a good outfit. I remember him being dressed much worse.
Transformed from a good work into a hell?
Only annoying thing about this game is the whole shtick is rewinding time. Pretty sure it's got quite a long tutorial before you get to any of that. I'm hoping I might have a save game I can cut to. C stick controls the camera, control stick to control the prince. All seems fairly sensible. Alright, B gets that out, X puts it away. So far, yeah, here we are. Don't worry about all that, that's background. Right, run towards an edge and press A to jump. Okay, I mean, I definitely pushed A. This is a rather unique concept of a game. When there's a gap like that, you can jump it, and you can jump pretty fucking far. When there isn't, I don't think you can even jump, to be honest. And like the on-the-spot jump is crap. You need context to be able to jump well for whatever reason. I'm gonna try and run across this. No, I'm not actually. I know wall running was a massive factor in this. This game just happened to come out at a time where the concept of running on walls and like bullet time was very big, thanks to the Matrix, mostly the Matrix. To run up a wall. Yep. Okay. Yep. I'd have figured that out. Press Z for first-person camera. Yep. Right. Not overly useful. Press that for landscape camera. That's cool. You can swap to like a Resident Evil style fixed camera mode. I remember that not being overly useful, but no, it was super useful, because what it would do is look at him doing shit to that. I now realise Assassin's Creed is just not it's not at all unique, is it? It's just Prince of Persia. How could I not have known this? Alright, we got our first fight of the game. Took me ages to work out that combat in this it's actually quite difficult. Except there's just one key. Press and hold R to block. Control stick to dodge. Yeah, there's literally one key to all combat in this, and basically enemies are of one type or another. You can either forget. I can't remember the exact stick of it, but it's literally a case of you can either vault over them or roll around them, and you have to know which one to do. And it's just based on color. It's not hard. I can't quite remember the specifics of it, but it took me way too long to realize it. And then once you do, it's like the easiest game in the world. Yeah, look at that. How badass is that? That's straight out of Troy. You remember the one where Brad Pitt runs in to fight that giant and he just leaps and stabs him in the neck. It was quite a big film at the time. Troy had a lot of big actors in it, and it was one of those weird epics where there wasn't like there were two armies fighting, like Troy and the rest of Greece, but they didn't neither side were enemies. Like there was no bad guy. They were enemies of each other, yeah, but it wasn't like good versus evil like it often is.
I would win my father's praise not by killing, but by being the first to find the
on an unrelated note, well, it's related to the film Troy. Fell asleep in the cinema and I missed a bit with the horse, and then later in life I watched it again and I fell asleep and missed a bit with the horse. So I've seen most of Troy twice. I've never seen the fucking horse. You know, the Trojan horse. Alright, it definitely told me what was going on there, but I kind of didn't pay attention. I think I've just got to kill all these guys. Should be pretty easy, just attack really fast. Vault, multi-enemy comment. I don't know. I'm starting to remember how to vault. You vault the ones with spears, but not the ones with swords. No, you do it to the ones with swords as well. The actual what to do comes later. Never fight the prince. He's very good at vaulting. His revolting vaulting ability. It's not true. I couldn't resist saying that. It's fun to say. Notice how I didn't panic. One step in death and I still didn't panic. Right. Let's wall run this bad boy. The thing about nearly all of like the platforming and jumping and wall running in this, there's almost no actual skill involved. Every gap you either can or can't make it. You don't have to really worry about any kind of timing. That brings back memories. That overly elaborate everything. How does that relate to me? That's miles away. And what are all these guys doing here? There's no ladder up. They're all just hanging out on this balcony. Yeah, the camera was not having a good time there. Do you see how I jumped that guy's attack? That was immense. This is precisely how the Aladdin of the Disney Aladdin film would have fought if he was actually allowed to fight anyone with a sword. I've got strong memories of that wearing thin very rapidly. I mean, I know there were games before this that did that. I want to say Tomb Raider probably would have been the early contender for it. But like, you play this and you see like, oh yeah, like Uncharted, Assassin's Creed, or any games with like climbing shit. They don't, you know, they certainly weren't the first. Yep, yeah, took a bit from that. All right, just jump into the fray. Can't get your sword out in the air. That's what I learned just then. See, eventually, right, I will get a dagger. The dagger. Get that fucking pillar out of my way. The Dagger of Time, which will allow me to do some cool shit. I want to say the big one is rewinding time, but also you can freeze enemies in time. But the main thing is you can freeze time and you can still do shit. Like that was a big selling point of the game. First time I played the game, I somehow missed that ability, like for the whole game. So I just didn't do it. Didn't know you could do it, pretty much. Where am I going? If I push this button, yep. Basically, it tells you. Nope. There we go. Do you want to see that again? Because it was hilarious. It goes... Oh, it won't show me. Well, basically, it goes slow motion when you jump, but you didn't really jump anywhere. There's a whole thing about the camera will just swap angles to make it, you know, tell you where to go. You don't have to shimmy right round. If you just point in the direction and jump, he'll do the work for you.
From here, the next time we're interrupted.
No. Yep. Was that certain death? Probably. Right. There's a big wall run up here. Nearly didn't make it. I'd have fallen in some water had I not. That could have been disastrous. No, 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 no. I can't get out of it, can't I? Yeah. See, the thing is, right, I'm tempting on swapping to a different save file if I've got one, but this game didn't have... There's no mission select or anything. That save file will just be wherever I left off. Yeah, slow-mo jump. Just made it. See that? 1 foot on. Alright, where am I going? Over here. Probably a secret down there. Inexplicable. Like, totally irrational. It's the Dagger of Time. It's too bright to actually see what it is.
Carry with pride as a trophy of our victory. If I could only get there.
Let's see. Can I run across there? I can. I haven't quite got my eye in for how far he can jump and run. Oh, I got there remarkably fast. That's because I haven't actually got there. It's through a window. Damn it. I mean, he could get through that gap. It's definitely big enough. If you can get your head and shoulders through, you can get through it. Alright. I didn't entirely mean to fall down there, but it's not the worst thing that could happen. I can't remember the exact sequence here. Do I have to deal with this?
Fascinated me. But to move it would take a dozen of my father's soldiers. I wanted a prize I could fit into one hand.
Thinking perhaps I'm supposed to be... I probably have to get to the other side. No, I just probably shouldn't have jumped down, is what I'm thinking. Although, this seems somehow useful. Can I just show me the view over there? Oh yeah, I can have a choice. I can have this view or this view. Which is more useful? Can you figure that out? I can. Right. Ah, for fuck's sake. Yep. Okay. Is this... Yeah, this not where I came in, is it? Look, traps. These are pathetic looking. They just don't look like intimidating at all. Not least of which... Oh, no. Jump. It's very hard to, like, you know, jump down. The reason these are pathetic is because they're too small, and the space between them is massive. Like, you'd have to do well to get hit by them. Right, I finally figured out how to drop down. It's X. It did tell me, I just didn't read it. Yep, there's some... I tell you, if this game were higher resolution, I'd be able to have a whale of a time by looking at these pictures, but this is not that game. I don't think I was meant to drop down. I probably had to go from the bottom here, didn't I? Yep. He can't jump very well if he's in a foot of water, even though it isn't easily accessible. Where am I? Is that gonna? Yep. Point. Yeah, the camera just went completely nuts there. It just had no idea what it wanted. Oh yeah, just add that little bit of risk to it, you know. Okay, thinking I run across here, jump across. That's basically the key to the game is wall running and jumping at the end and knowing when to jump. You can you can just be falling out of the wall run, and then you can jump. Okay.
No, that's not what happened.
Yeah, it's quite generous at this point with such things. I'm thinking, can I? Yeah. Oh, suddenly you're a lot lower down than you wanted to be. This is all right though. Very pleasing, the noise that makes. It's got a real nice sort of timbre to it. I think it's because it's kind of subtle. He moves it at just a quick enough speed on this for it to be realistic but not annoying. And onto the post. Yeah. I don't know why I find it hilarious the way he grips those. Look, the dagger. Okay. I didn't really need to jump between all these, did I? Because I can't get to the last one. Oh well. I'll figure it out from down here. Looks like I can sort of climb up this this statue. Yep. Yeah. Nailed it. Not gonna lie, this is holding up very well. Like, quite often these sort of platformers don't. I mean, there we go. Wall jumping. It's very hard to describe to someone how to do a wall jump. I could have just pulled myself up, but this is the cooler way. Oh no, the ceiling caved in. But time rewinds. And then he survived. It's called the Sands of Time. It's not called the Dagger of Time. That might have been a better name. Who can say?
I had what I came for. It was time to get out.
Flourish. Yep, that's how you get out. Easy now, easy. Alright, just pull your way back up there. Jump. Oh, there's spikes. I failed. Rewind time. A white circle there is how long you can rewind for.
The miracle I had experienced by accident in the Maharaja's treasure room.
But
I now discovered that I could trigger by pressing
I can rewind time. It costs 1 sand every time, no matter how far you go back. And thanks to the power of song, I now know what to do if I could turn back time. Because indeed, I have found a way. Not sure who that song is. It's some woman who's popular. Nearly fucked that up. Very nearly fucked that up. So this isn't going to be a full series. It's just a one-off. Just fancy playing this. I saw it in my collection. I was like, oh yeah, Prince of Persia. This is the Gamecube version, which came out much later than the PS2 version.
Father, I have brought us honor and glory.
Your Majesty, you promised me my choice of the Maharaja's treasures. That dagger. Surely you won't deny the lad a souvenir of his first battle. You may have your choice of all the Maharaja's other treasures. Except that hourglass. That will make a flying gift for the Sultan of Azad when we pass through the city. And some exotic animals for his menagerie. And a dozen slave girls. Yes. I want no animal.
I like how 0 shits are given throughout all this. That you're the prince. I don't think your dad's the king. Ignore that. And he just picks you over the lad. Don't get used to all these cutscenes. This is like the start of the game, and then there's none throughout. I don't think. It's one of them where like they have a CG budget, they spend it early, and they show it to you early.
my friend.
Your visit brings joy and honor to my poor and humble dwelling. If only you'd given me time to prepare a proper welcome.
The glories of Azad are famed throughout the world.
No subtitles.
The best is yet to come. I give you the sands of time. May the friendship between our kingdoms endure as long as time itself.
The sand, why does it glow?
I can tell you. Inside the hourglass is a marvel no living man has seen. Alas, only the dagger can unlock the sands of time, and it belongs to a greater one than I. A young prince, dearer to his father than all the wealth of India. Perhaps he will oblige.
So she knows what's down. Basically, that's the key that seals the Sands of Time. The Sands of Time are somewhat evil, and they turn everyone into something like a zombie, except people who have certain artifacts. Those artifacts being the dagger itself, so the prince is fine. The girl has a bow, I think, which protects her, and then Jafar there, his staff protects him. Yeah. Don't go well. It's not a happy game for the old prince, really. Everyone he knows turns to monsters.
Dagger. You have unleashed the sands of time. I can undo what you have done. Give it to me.
Yes, he's right to deny him that. Look, she must be important, because we saw her in the CG. She looked a lot better there, to be fair. Alright, these guys are red. How do we fight red enemies? Probably doing that. Seems to work. Use the dagger. Oh yeah, you can't actually kill these guys with your sword. You have to use the dagger. Although in the game later on, I'm pretty sure you do get a weapon that will just kill them outright. Like it's a bigger sword or something. It's an odd moment in the game. It's actually a pain in the arse. You have to dagger all the enemies because they'll just knock you off.
They rose to fight. I soon realized that only by taking into my own dagger the sands that possess them, the living became monstrous.
Right, they're almost done now. That does recharge your sand meter, so you can use sand attacks. I don't know any sand attacks. Might give me one now. Yeah. Fortunately, the guys without spears aren't quite as aggressive, so they don't seem to block you so much. Yeah. Yeah. Utterly elaborate flips. I love it. You know, I think this will just go on forever. I think this spawns them. I have to. No, I'm entirely wrong. I can only remember like the vague increments. It's one of those games where, you know, the combat's crap. The platforming's great, but the combat's crap. They just felt they needed to have the combat in there. Nearly done now. Come on. Come on now. Even weirder. There's 2 boss fights in this game. It's quite long. Like, it's a big game. There's 2 boss fights. They feel really out of place. So they just, when they were making this, there were some old sensibilities they felt they had to have in there. I think, does this give you a new superpower? New sand power? It might do. Or oh, it shows. Yeah, this is showing you the future. Is what this does. It doesn't. It's actually just showing you stuff you can do later. No.
As you wish.
Don't even know if there's a proper memory card in this. That is in fact a save point. I now remember what that is.
I can see it by the look in your eyes. You think my story is impossible. Perhaps I am mad. Who would not be driven mad by horrors such as I have lived? But I assure you, every word is true.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. I think from now on, pretty much the whole of the game is you trying to get through that rubble, pretty much. Yeah, you go around like this entire castle as a means to get around that rubble. Alright. Damn it. Even this camera can't tell me where to go. I thought it would be obvious, but it's surprisingly not. Can I just... Oh, I can just walk through there. I thought that was sealed. I have made an error. Damn it. I was so close to catching her. That had been game over if that had happened. Look, it's those things he was spinning on before. Our vision is coming true. How completely useless. When in trouble, use the dagger to rewind time. Yeah.
The guest room,
Each.
where my father, all our entourage, and I should have passed the night lay cold and silent.
Dude's got an entourage.
Sands of time had swept through.
Sand cloud.
Stealing life and warmth from everything they touched.
Alright, yeah, you get new power-ups then, but...
I wish the cataclysm had been spared. Were there others like me who yet clung to life, hiding in fear among the ruins? It did not seem so.
At this point, he hasn't worked out why he was saved. Even though it's fairly obvious. Yep. Just did a very elaborate wall run flip maneuver. I legitimately don't really know what I'm doing here. I think I've got to do some spin. Ah, shit. Alright, you hold R. And then A to jump. No. There we are. I'll give them credit. Like, they put more into this than normal for that sort of mechanic. Quite often a game will have that and it just does it all for you, but it's sort of intriguing when you have to do some of the work yourself. It's the exact reason Spider-Man 2 is so good. And they almost didn't do it. It was like a last-minute decision, apparently. In Spider-Man 2, I don't know about this. Yeah. And they say he cut you from your team. Son of a bitch.
Had I really seen her?
Where did she come from?
Given way under the burden of horrors too great to bear, and conjured up a phantom.
Oh, damn it. It's so annoying. I have to hold R to spin round this. It's not normal. Alright, stop. Come in a bit. There we go. That looks like a fountain. I can regain my health. Immediately do that. Every single time he will they will do that. It never gets old. It's always as enchanting as ever. This is actually the room from the vision, though. Oh, there's enemies down there. Yep. 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 Quick jumps all along. Nice. Nailed it. Can't really see what I'm expected to do here. So just do that. And maybe stop. I think this is just a way to get down to the floor, because you have to fight these enemies. Press and hold R to block. Probably get a sword out. There's an idea. That's how you do it. I don't know if they're teleporting in or moving at the speed of light. There's literally no way of knowing. So guys, don't attack me, I'm busy. They go heavy, don't they? And the camera is just It's just it's living a life of its own, isn't it? It does whatever the fuck it wants here. Alright, see, they're stopping me from vaulting over them, so I need to do something else. The only thing is, I can't really remember what that something else is. Granted, they don't stop me every time, so... Tap for slow motion.
Not for me,
Yeah.
but for the enemy I struck.
I mean, he's saying it doesn't slow time for you. I am clearly slower than them. It's not overly useful. Like, in fact, it's not at all useful, is it? I gain nothing from doing that. To be honest, none of the abilities the sand gives you are ever particularly useful in combat, because combat never really gets any more difficult than what you just saw. Shit. Alright. Here's what you gotta do. Jump there, jump back. Do that again. Jump up, get down, and we made it. Yeah. I'll end the video there. That's a nice slice of Prince of Persia, I feel. Only rewound time twice, and well, I ended it once already, but it's not really about that. It's about the platforming, which stands up quite well. I think he was just fighting a woman then. I quite like that style of vision they've given you, where they're like cutscenes. Basically, they've just gone in and captured their own footage and put a sepia tone over it. That's incredible. What do you call it? Like lazy developing, isn't it? Or half-assed? I don't know. It's the sort of way I would do it, isn't it? Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.